All right, y'all boys, we finna get straight into this. This is Luista. We finna get straight into it. I ain't got 2 minutes. I do got time, but I ain't finna. Yeah, let's go.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna
Right.
go full crazy.
You're going crazy.
I hate the thing. I'm gonna be honest. I hate how Justin Bieber like grew up, bro. Because it's like being famous as a kid, that famous as a kid, bro. It's like he's like 4 times as famous as Lil RT was. Like,
And act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used
and then he's hanging out with Diddy too. Like, listen to this.
act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Look how he's stuttering, bro. That's how you.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct.
My
Okay.
number?
The world around Diddy is currently crumbling into pieces, and as his secret life comes into focus,
I think this. I'm sorry for pausing, y'all. I'm sorry. I know. I think this is my first Diddy reaction. I mean, like talking about Diddy on this
locked
channel.
behind bars, everything he's ever done is being looked at in a different light.
You're gonna hear about my party, they're gonna be shutting them down, they're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time.
And so are his interactions with other people in the limelight. Most notably, one younger star who was welcomed into his inner circle and may have seen or even been subjected to some terrible things.
Let's talk about Justin Bieber. I mean, I can't go on Twitter or TikTok or any of these social media platforms, it seems like, without seeing a video of Justin Bieber or Usher with Sean Combs.
It's your boy Luista, and this is the dark relationship between Justin Bieber and Diddy. Fresh from his homes being raided by the feds, Diddy was apprehended at a hotel in New York City on charges including sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and interstate transportation for prostitution. Now he's being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center after his attempt to secure bail with a $50 million package was rejected due to his concerns that he posed a risk to the people he had previously subjected to his quote-unquote freak-offs. Reportedly, the bad boy CEO would pump his victims full of drugs and use both violence and intimidation to get his way during day-long orgies containing people of both sexes. As a man who spent most of his life in the limelight, everything he's ever said in an interview is now being looked at sideways, because at times, it seems like he's been hiding in plain sight.
This is what you need to do.
He definitely has.
Beautiful women. Beautiful men for the ladies.
From there, he got a lot more specific, seemingly detailing the recipe for the perfect freak-off.
We need alcohols. You need some water. No, I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous.
I remember
now.
saying this.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat.
You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
This just sounds disgusting.
Just think about it. Just all them people in there sweating, jumping around, all a bunch of sex and all this. Just smell like butt ass in there. Let me stop before I get demonetized.
Every video like this that reemerges has people horrified. And to make matters worse, it was revealed in a new lawsuit that Diddy is facing allegations of abusing children as young as the age of 9 by promising to launch their careers in the entertainment industry. Apparently there's over 120 accusers, including 25 minors, and that leads to why so many people are looking more closely at Diddy's seemingly close relationship with a very young Justin Bieber. Now, it still remains unclear if Bieber, who was seen in a resurfaced video spending 48 hours with Diddy at the age of 15, that I'll get into later,
there's no way I'm spending 48 hours with a stranger. There's no way I'm letting my son spend 48 hours with a stranger. I don't care how famous it is. 48 hours with a stranger. I don't care if it's P. Diddy. I don't care if it's Michael Jordan. I don't care if it's Michael Jackson, man. 48 hours with I wouldn't even spend 48 hours with a kid. You know how annoying a fucking 15-year-old is, nigga?
Victims. But recently, word spread that Bieber took the news of Diddy's arrest really hard.
Daily Mail says that he's very upset over it and that he's having a hard time registering it, and he's kind of shut down when it comes to the topic.
Another source reported that Bieber is so disturbed by the Diddy news and is unwilling to process it or discuss it, so he has shut off. So many people who helped to make him where he is were very close to Diddy, and it has completely thrown him. Justin hasn't been responding since the home raids. He had a long break from Diddy where he believes most of this took place, and he had distanced himself from him. But why was Justin so intent on distancing himself from the situation? Was it to save his own career, or out of genuine sadness over what was happening to a close friend? Or, as more and more people are wondering, is it that Diddy's real nature coming to the surface is bringing back a lot of trauma for a young kid who saw too much too soon? Because when you go back over the history of their relationship and some of the footage from those early days, it's hard to tell whether Bieber was being mentored by Diddy or exploited. Once Justin Bieber exploded onto the scene, he was immediately seen as one of the biggest teen stars of the 20th century. Within what seemed to be a matter of months, he went from singing on YouTube to selling out arenas, and soon he was rubbing shoulders with the biggest names in showbiz, who all seemed to want to get to know this 15-year-old pop phenomenon. Then enter Diddy. From the outset of Justin's career, Puff seemed intent on forming a bond with him. Whether it was personal, professional, or a little bit of both, Puffy set out to get close to Bieber, and this led to him hanging out with him for 2 days straight. Why he chose to do that remains unclear, but looking back, the whole footage is full of red flags.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Like if I was to ever do something like this, and I say where we at, what we doing, I can't say where we at, but we're gonna have a pizza party. This like I can't say. I'm not gonna say we can't disclose. It's just you doing it.
I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
After the fact, people have serious questions about where his parents or even his guardians were. I mean, think about it. What mom would let their young son spend time and party with a full-grown man who is a multi-millionaire?
He told me to go get some girls. Either way it go, Diddy, this is gonna be messed up. Diddy trying to get some 15-year-olds to get with Justin Bieber. What the fuck? Diddy get some grown-ass girls for just... It's all screwed up. Right?
Alone for a full 48 hours. Diddy was a menace, and their guardianship is something that we'll be getting into later. But we're not done yet with the footage of the two together that is just so hard to look at. What's particularly troubling is an incident Diddy chose to broadcast to the world, where he appeared to be visibly angered by Bieber for abandoning him. 2 years on from the original footage of them hanging out, they linked back up when Bieber was 17. And this time, the atmosphere, as well as Justin's body language, was drastically different.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right.
My
Okay.
number?
Really, this should have rang alarm bells even then. But watching this now is a whole different ballgame for viewers. Bro, you're in your 40s and he's a minor. That boy was terrified when Diddy questioned him. Not the same energy from their other video. Something happened. Diddy definitely did something to him. It's situations like this that make people wonder just how many more Diddys there are in the industry who are protected. How many more kids have been groomed? As more individuals come forward to share their experiences with Puffy, it appears that fear is often part of the equation when it comes to dealing with him. In the eyes of Freddie P, who got his start on Diddy's MTV reality show Making the Band.
And the thing is, we questioning Diddy and all this shit. We could talk about the whole Kylie Jenner and Tiger situation. I think that was done too, right? Kylie Jenner was 18, Tiger was 23, I think, or 24 or something. She was a minor, and he was above age, and they would fuck with each other.
clearly the case in every interaction Justin had.
It's a lot of Diddy's.
And not only that, but it had lasting effects going forward.
I want to know what Justin Bieber, I want to know. Justin Bieber, look at his life change. That man is terrified of Puffy. I seen the video. I'm in the streets, dog. People know, fear, dog. They're like, what happened to your number? You like, oh, man, I lost it. Fear, man.
As far as the public was concerned, Puff and Bieber were always on good terms. When Justin got arrested for a DUI in 2014, Puff was right there to come out and defend him.
I don't think that he should be judged like he's not a human being or he's not a teenager that has to hit some stumbling blocks. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair to make him a perfect human being.
These days, there's a lot of speculation over what purpose this served. And with all the talk of coercive control on Puffy's part, a lot of fans and supporters of Bieber's feel this wasn't the show of friendship it initially appeared to be. Imagine your abuser defending you, making people think he cares. It's a deep kind of torture. But there could be another reason for him to try and excuse this. Because by the looks of it, Bieber might have learned how to drink at Diddy's house. It turns out there is plenty of footage of him looking intoxicated at his parties.
He definitely drank it. He definitely either drunk it off somewhere there.
Here's your icon alert. It's called He's Bad Boy Now. It's called Don't Ever Play Yourself.
It's a difference when other races get drunk versus my race. Like, if y'all know, y'all know, bro. There's no racism or nothing like that. I'm just saying, it's the blind truth. We all seen it. Look at him.
On another occasion, he was seen partying hard with OBJ at a Diddy party. He even found himself in what appeared to be a rather compromising situation with the NFL star. From the moment that he was ushered into Diddy's circle, it looks like Bieber was exposed to the party lifestyle that Puff lived, including some of the wilder things that most celebrities are trying desperately to prove that they weren't involved with. In a clip from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe speaks about her experience at a Diddy party, which included rampant nudity and none other than Justin Bieber himself.
Who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked.
For context, this episode aired on August 17th, 2014. At the time, Bieber was 20 years old, with the footage likely being filmed even earlier than that. Meanwhile, Khloe was 30 and Diddy was 45. Whether he had dirt on him or not, it's clear that Puff had a degree of
how old is Diddy now?
Influence over Justin Bieber because whenever they were seen together, Justin treated him with the utmost respect. At times, his entire demeanor shifted just by being in Puff's presence. And as recently as 3 years ago, he appeared genuinely terrified of him, even as Diddy appeared to be patting him down for a wire.
He definitely looked like he patted him down for a while.
Still, despite how strange their interactions seemed, they continued to collaborate as recently as last year, with Justin appearing on the track Moment from Puff's The Love album, Off the Grid. As the project emerged, Justin even went on Instagram to salute his apparent friend, saying, I remember going to my brother Diddy's office to pitch him a song I wrote for him when I was like 14. Sadly, the song was trash and it would be a hard no from him. Fast forward to a few years ago, Puff asked if I would freestyle something for his upcoming Love album. Wild full circle moment. Love you at Diddy.
What's with the three heart eyes?
Followed with some heart eye emojis. Despite all the apparent love, it now seems like Bieber is going through it in the wake of the news that he's been apprehended. According to sources, he wants to focus on being a dad and is in a happy bubble, even if he looks anything but that. When Bieber made his first public appearance after the news broke, he looked gaunt and distressed, and just really looked like there was a lot weighing on his mind. Since then, fans have demanded that he does something, anything, to remove the trauma that they believe the situation is bringing to the surface. Release the skeletons in your closet and a huge weight will be released off your shoulders, said one user. In the past, Bieber has vaguely touched upon some of the pain and damage he endured. During an interview with Zane Lowe, for example, he was asked about a previous quote he made about wanting to protect fellow child stars like Billie Eilish. And from there, he broke down in tears, discussing the pain that he felt.
It was hard for me being that young and
I remember seeing this on Twitter.
Not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second. So yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, you know, she can count on me, but at the end of the day, I don't want to, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, you know, let her do her thing, and if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and
he definitely was fucked up down.
yeah, so yeah, I just want to protect her, you know. I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, you know, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
This hasn't only happened in interviews. During certain songs, such as Lonely with Benny Blanco, he hinted towards his experience with the isolation he felt. Bear with me reading the lyrics as I can't play the song because of copyright. What if you had it all, and it felt like nobody to call? Maybe then you'd know me, cause I've had everything, but no one's listening, and that's just lonely. I'm so lonely. On another line from the track, he declared that, and everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a shit. They criticized the things I did as an idiot kid. At the moment, it's important to note that Bieber has yet to claim that he has anything to divulge about the whole Diddy situation. So, despite the torture expression on his face, it doesn't necessarily mean that whatever trauma he's experienced is directly tied to Diddy. In all honesty, Diddy may just be the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the harassment young Bieber might have faced. For instance, there's this time where he was damn near molested by—
What the fuck? Who the hell is Jenny McCarthy? Why is she grabbing his ass? Why is she groping him like he's a
40-year-old, where he admits on live television that he felt violated.
Even this is... Look at his face right here. He's like, what the...
Wow! I feel violated right now.
Then there's the time when
he's dead ass when he said that shit. What are you doing?
He felt violated.
Wow!
And she felt so comfortable to do that on live television.
I feel violated right now.
And this is laughing.
Then there's a time with James Corden, who said he smelled good and asked how old he was.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes.
The time where he called—
What are these freaks? That's what they're a bunch of freaks.
someone out for trying to give him, who was 15 years old at the time, a sex talk.
Has your mom given you a sex talk yet?
I mean, like, I really don't want to have that conversation with my mother.
Yeah.
Like, I've kind of had it with my father.
You want to hear? Oh, really?
A
See, my
little bit.
parents never gave me the sex talk.
Okay.
So why don't you give me the sex talk?
You just asked a kid to give you the sex talk.
I feel uncomfortable right now. Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird. Let's talk about the album.
And just more and more wild stuff.
Would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms?
There's no way all these grown ass motherfuckers fetishing over a kid, bro. Like, we gotta be.
Answer Justin Bieber.
And I'm pretty sure this is after. Because he looks older than 15 right here. I'm pretty sure this was after that, bro. After hearing all that stuff, bro, it's like.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
Okay, imagine that.
But what is interesting is that on the very same day that Diddy was taken into custody, Bieber's father-in-law, Stephen Baldwin, released a TikTok where he might have been cryptically hinting towards what was going on. And by the looks of it, there's something big coming.
I'm actually disgusted
You
right
have
now.
heard the expression, the calm before the storm. There is always a calm before the storm, but then so is there another calm after the storm.
Considering everything that's happened, it would be reasonable to suggest that Diddy was the man who was in the firing line. But for a lot of those who are calling for Puff to pay for what he did to Bieber, they believe that there's another man who has to answer for his role in leading a young Justin into that world. Because if it wasn't for another fellow star who goes by the name of Usher, then Bieber wouldn't have ever been in Diddy's vicinity to begin with.
Nah, Usher is probably one of the, like every nigga gotta worry about Usher. When it comes to going to Usher, like if you and your girl go to a Usher concert, God forbid you don't go. But if both y'all go to Usher concert, bro, watch.
Way back at the start of his career, Usher was Justin's original mentor and took credit for discovering him directly from YouTube.
I didn't mean to stop you like that, but this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you Island Def Jam recording artist Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's gonna be big. Ain't that right, Justin? That's right. That's right. So look out. We're coming.
Through his cosign, Usher gave him access to not only his fan base, but also his immense showbiz connections that he picked up after decades in the industry. And sadly, that would put him on path straight towards the notorious man who's being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center. You see, Usher had been in the game since he was barely a teenager. And long before he met the young Canadian pop star he took under his wing, Usher himself was mentored by Diddy. In fact, when he was just 13 years old, he was under the legal guardianship of Puffy when he was at what he called Puffy Flavor Camp. This meant that for a long time, Usher prepared for the spotlight by living with Diddy. And years on, he revealed that he saw a lot of things, which he even opened up about in a 2004 Rolling Stone interview where he said, "A totally different set of shit. Sex, specifically. Sex is so hot in the industry, man. There were always girls around. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen." In the years to come, Usher would continue to discuss the situation like it was the most natural thing in the world. At times, he even appeared to be trying to justify it to everyone.
And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
But even though he endured this experience at a young age, he has since disclosed that he wouldn't let his own kid attend a Diddy party.
Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, they didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
With all that we know today,
That's
people are
all you need to
horrified
know.
by this. Because clearly, there's a lot of hypocrisy there in his willingness to throw Justin to the same wolves that he lived with. If Usher couldn't send his own kids to Diddy, why would you send someone else's kid? Justin was barely a teenager and all he wanted was to make music. This is sad. Some victims end up becoming predators sometimes. As Diddy's case keeps looking worse and worse, there are some people who feel sympathy for both Bieber and Usher as well. As in the view of some entertainment lawyers, they believe that there was a duty of care that Diddy violated.
I think people are very concerned with what was happening with the minors that were.
If I'm being honest, fuck all this Diddy shit, bro. The shit I just seen in here, bro, and I might get demonetized for that's so much. I don't even care. But all this Diddy stuff and all that, forget all that stuff. Let's go back to all this other stuff that was before Diddy, probably before Diddy or after Diddy. Why did we let this stuff just slide? I'm just not figuring this stuff out. So why did we let this slide? Why did we let this stuff slide? Jenny McCarthy over here groping this man, kissing him 4 times on the neck while grabbing his butt. A man over here telling me he smells good, asks what his age is. A woman over here talking about would he rather be butt naked on the stage? A teenager butt naked why are you asking him this stuff? A woman asking Justin Bieber to give him a sex talk at 15. What is going on?
That he was surrounding himself with. He was Usher's guardian.
This world is full
Usher
of
lived with him.
weirdos.
Right? Usher's the one that brought Bieber in. Bieber was 15.
He out on Diddy.
So while we may be talking about other celebrities in the context of what did they know and what did they not speak about, the difference here when we talk about Bieber and we talk about Usher is these were kids. Like they were truly kids in an environment that, you know, even if nothing happened to them, even witnessing anything along the lines of what we're hearing about in the indictment is abuse, in my opinion, right? So no child should be exposed to those sorts of things, especially from people that they're idolizing, people that they're relying on to help them in their dreams. And so I think that is very different when we talk about Bieber and Usher. I think it's a very different conversation than when we're talking about other celebrities who may witness some of this.
Others aren't so charitable towards the R&B singer. Jaguar White, who is attempting to blow the whistle on Diddy for years and is now only being vindicated, believes that anything that may have happened to Bieber while around Diddy is directly on Usher's head.
That Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler.
Whatever happened, it seems like Diddy is about to experience justice. We can only hope that the victims, including Bieber if he was one, can find peace in the aftermath of it all. As always, it's your boy Luesta, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this video.
Yeah, this was a good.
Don't
was a
forget
good
to leave
one.
a like and subscribe.
It was a very disturbing one, but it was a good one. I don't know, bro. This whole situation is crazy.
I don't have.
Diddy, then it's most. I'm pretty sure it's more than that. Like that's what I'm saying. I basically grew up with Justin Bieber blowing up. How old is Justin Bieber? How old is Justin Bieber? He's 30 years old. I'm 22. So yeah, I was a kid too. I grew up watching Justin Bieber. Well, yeah, bro. We finna get off this and we finna go to the last video. Block's over, man. We on the road, man. 5 days of uploading straight, bro. I'm trying to upload for the rest of the month. Fuck the rest of the year, man. Let's go, bro. But yeah, we out, bro.